If you work in high-stakes finance, you already know the trade-off with AI tools like Copilot. They can be powerful, but they also introduce uncertainty. You're never quite sure where the calculation ends and the hallucination begins. And when decisions affect portfolios, client presentations, or capital allocation, that uncertainty matters. At the same time, relying purely on traditional Excel-based workflows doesn't give you the speed or flexibility you need when data volumes grow or logic becomes more complex. So the real question isn't whether AI has value in finance, it's how to use it in a way that's controlled, auditable, and compatible with how serious financial work actually happens. And if you watch until the end, I'll show you a real workflow running from Python into Excel, including the final multi-sheet workbook. Today, I'm going to show you a practical way to integrate AI into your workflow using programmatic controls. So outputs are constrained, repeatable, and traceable. Where it makes sense, AI can assist with specific well-scoped steps, but only inside a controlled, programmatic workflow. We'll use code to enforce logic and rules, and we'll end where most teams still collaborate and distribute analysis inside Excel, ready for review, modeling, and presentation to the decision makers. This isn't about replacing spreadsheets, it's about removing the manual preparation and iteration cycles that slow down analysis and decision flow. Instead of interacting with AI through a chat window, we access it through the OpenAI API. That gives us programmatic interface, which means we can define exactly what data the model sees, what prompts it receives, and what outputs it's allowed to generate. Our data runs through a Python program where we perform the actual processing, analysis, and visualization, applying the business logic and calculations needed for this workflow. If AI is used, it's only inside that controlled pipeline and only for narrowly defined tasks. Let's run it. What normally takes hours of manual data preparation and repeated adjustments now completes in a few seconds, and it does so consistently. That matters when you're iterating on strategies, scenarios, or research pipelines. Now we have a raw output file, but this isn't where finance professionals want to consume results. So the next step is to push this back into Excel. This Python script acts as the integration layer as Excel struggles with complex nested logic, large datasets, and rule-based processing at scale. Python doesn't, so we handle analysis steps and workflow logic here, and then pass structured outputs back into a format that teams already use for modeling and review. Let's look at what the script actually produced. This isn't just a data dump. We have a multi-sheet workbook. Sheet 1 contains structured output data ready for further modeling or analysis. Sheet 2 is a summary view formatted automatically by the script. And Sheet 3 and 4 contain visuals mapped directly to the underlying data, Python native visualizations as well as Excel native visualizations. So the workflow becomes AI for narrowly scoped assistance, code for logic and controls, Excel for modeling, collaboration, and distribution. This is a controlled environment, and it aligns with how real finance teams operate day to day. Interfacing with AI purely through natural language leaves too much room for interpretation. And having AI generate outputs with no audit trail is risky in any environment where decisions are capital sensitive. This approach gives you structure, it gives you reproducibility, and it lets you move beyond Excel's native limitations without introducing uncontrolled model risk into your workflows. It also scales. Once this is in place, you can rerun the same logic across new datasets, new markets, or new scenarios without rebuilding the entire process. That's where productivity gains start to compound. Not just in speed, but in how fast you can move from data to decisions. If you want to experiment with this yourself, I've linked the code to the repository below so you can start routing AI outputs directly into Excel in your own environment. And if controlled production-grade uses of AI in finance are relevant to your role, whether you're in investment banking, trading, portfolio management, or financial operations, feel free to subscribe for more examples of real financial workflows. Thanks for watching.